Hello, everyone. Today, I'll be conducting the effective talk presentation. And isn't it exciting to think about like what is the conduct the effective talk would be about? So to begin with, before the presentation, I'll be informing you about like the content that will be discussed in this video. So at the beginning, we'll start with the introduction to effective talk. And then from that point on, like there will be three main parts that will be discussed today. The first one is questioning, and then second is content, and the third one is the mindset. So if you look at the picture over here, it's pretty funny, the cartoon version, but it has so much meaning to it, to what we can see from this picture. You're probably presuming like you see these two friends or the strangers or whoever it is, they're communicating, but how are they communicating? By expressing their anger and then shouting. Does this consider as an effective talk? Definitely not. Probably instead of one person is yelling and then another person could have just calmly respond or just ignore or just walk away or could have done anything, but because another person is also angry, so another person is also shouting. So this is a clear example of like opposite of effective talking. Moving on, for the introduction to the effective talk. Before we talk about it, like I want to give you an example of like how many varieties of the effective talk could be done. So basically they're categorizing. The first one is speech. So speech can be referred to like the TED Talk, public speaking, or any consistent of like where you're giving influence to another people. Second one is a conversation with friends. Just because like a YouTuber or like presenter or public speaking and stuff like can be done only through that, the effective talk. No, conversation with friends, relatives, family, or anyone, strangers even, you can have the effective talk. The last one is the presentation base. Just like I'm recording this video, and then this presentation is based on for my English, Modern English and International Trade course for EC major, one of the courses. So it can be done with the presentation base. So moving on, the first part of this presentation will be talking about the questioning, and the second one is the content, and then the last one is the mindset. So powerful questioning. When you think of the powerful question, what it comes to you the first thing? It could be something unique. It could be something different from others, thinking outside of the box. Yes, powerful questioning is very useful in any cases, or even not just for the presentation, or it's like to have like a very good communication skill, but in general, like for your personal development. Questioning, it's further like questioning anything, it makes you to think, to developing yourself. So just like any thought of the question that you have, it can make an impact on another person, but that's all depend on the individual choice, whether the person want to share it with another person or for the school like this presentation or anything. Moving on, second, content. So it looks like it's stairs. Instead of going from the bottom to the top, we'll be going from the top to the bottom. So in order to conduct the effective talk, the first thing what you need to do is questioning. Question about like if you have like a certain topic, and then you question yourself. What kind of information am I looking for? Or how, from based on the things that I'm very confident about, is this very effective? Or define the effective and then question and then talk, or it could be anything. So second step is the research. Researching generally refers to like gathering information that for the any purposes. So, but here is the main part of the research. The most important part of the research is that you don't just research just one information from one person or one information, but try to research it in a multiple, or like multiple information based on the similar topics or the same topics. And then once you research it and then gather all the data, then you compare the information with others and try to find something that you see in common. If you just compare it from two sources, that's not gonna be very effective. It must be at least like 3 or 4 to see. And then if there is from 4 different sources, if you found something they all have in common, that's probably based on probably to be true. But of course it could be not, but that's up to your choice of whether you want to think if that's the source is reliable, the information that they provided is reliable or not. And then next step is the outline. Instead of like just gathering all the information like from your and thinking through your mind, put it down on the paper. Have a paper, have a pen, or type it on your laptop. Save the information, outline it. Just put a lot of ideas all together. And then once you do that, then you have to organize all the information. So from the information, you don't need to gather like to put everything with in particular things. Like you can, if you gather like 10 informations from about the topic, then try circle around or organize in a way that you think it's the most like effective, the most reliable, or something that you're more confident about whether you when you want to present. And then creativity. So this is something like comes like that makes you unique, that is your own style. Creativity comes a long way, and then a lot of people just do it in a way of like just gather information just and then present it as the information that I collected. But creativity, it shows you of the it makes you like to be more unique, and then the more it influences others more, and then other people will recognize it of your creativity. And then the last part is practice. So anything, like some people were born like just to be a very good effective talker, but some are not. Majority of people, it comes with a practice. So practicing as much as you can, and then you will be more confident, and then it will make you the great effective talker. And the last part of the presentation will be talking about the mindset. So what is a mindset? Mindset is something, it's so unique and so powerful that from whatever you prepared and you present, it could actually make a huge impact on another person's life. It could influence, like it makes them realize, or it could make it could turn the 180 degrees of the personal other people's life. So as there is saying like whatever comes, whatever the words that comes from your mouth, that makes you who you are. Like the other people will see it, will judge you based on what you say. So So with the mindset, critical thinking, it comes very crucial. Critical thinking, so with the critical thinking is like generally like try to think in a way of like how it's unique, and then you personally develop yourself further, and that makes it a greater presenter for you. And then free the mind. The more relaxed, the greater outcome. It is very true. When you're like rushing, when you're like trying to finish the certain things like at the very fast pace in a short period of time, it your mind is like rush you, and then nothing will come like great. Yes, it could come great, but in a state of the relaxed state, it actually comes like greater outcome. So, and with the additional to that, confidence will come naturally. I know a lot of people are not good, are afraid of public speaking or being presenting in general. So if you're like, if you free your mind, and it actually, the confidence will build up over time. Just as I said from the from the previous slide, the content like practice makes better. And the last part is the most important part about the mindset is be yourself, because the outcome will be beyond your expectation. There's a lot of people like the way of how everyone treats depending on the person, they treat differently. So I'll give you an example. I let's say I have two friends. Two friends are very different. One of my friend, I can freely talk about any topics. I can just, and the person will not judge me, or they will not think weird of me or stuff. But another person, I just barely got to know them, and then I have to be a little bit more careful because I don't want to scare another person. But truly, be just being yourself all the time, and then honesty, like it makes so much better. Because what would happen if like these two of my friends, that all three of us meet together, and then I cannot pretend to be like, to act differently for both people. So, and then that actually could affect your friendship, or it could be it could also affect in generally in your life, like of going in a negative mindset in general. So with this, always be yourself, and then clear your mind, and then the mindset, make an influence on other people, because it goes a long way. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation, and I'll see you next time.